So here we are, we're geocaching with Jim. I know it's back, you've been waiting. We're driving up through this, through Fishwick, or some people call it Brentwood Road. Those people are assholes. This is part one of our adventure for Extreme Geocacher. Stay tuned, I'm gonna give you tips on how you can be a geocacher, just like me. These are the woods, this is the location I am in, and this is my trusty steed. Now there's a car coming, so I don't want to look like an asshole, even don't mind doing that most of the time. But today I'd especially look like an asshole because if you can see, I look like I work at Jurassic Park. I think he was under the impression I needed help. Come on, dude. If I'm dressed like this, I'm ready to survive. A lot of people talk about giving power to people. I say give power to horses. And there's anywhere from 40 to 40,000 horses under that hood. I don't know anything about horsepower, so let's just get on with it. Like I said, you always want to have the great gear. You want to look stylish like me. I chose the yellow GPS because I think it brings out the yellow in my eyes when I have jaundice. Little piece of trivia for the day, 90% of America's plums and nectarines come out of California, as well as 70% of peaches. Thank you. One of the reasons a lot of geocachers are assholes is because they always want to take from the cache and not give back. I usually give flashlights, that's kind of like my thing, because for every holiday, I'm given like 18 flashlights. I don't know if my family thinks I'm gonna be attacked by vampires one day or what. Who knows? And some people leave drawings, like they let their kids put drawings in the caches, and their kids are very untalented artists. They're not skilled. Obviously you don't want that hanging on your fridge. Why would I want it on mine? Okay, so we're at the waterfall location in beautiful Hawaii right here. So it's a pretty tall waterfall. Now I've done this cache a few years ago, so I'm not gonna pretend like I need to find it. It's actually right up there, under the Cave of Rape. I believe that's what the locals call it. Little bit for you wildlife lovers. Looks like we got a nest right there. You know, nests are really cool, but I've with them before and I don't want to be attacked by birds. Got some water here. Ah, you cocksucker. That wasn't a real branch, it was, ow! Being stabbed. I just hope there's no f***ing creatures in here. Ah! F***ing spider. Oh, fuck me. Something's in here. I don't see the geocache. What the f***? Okay. Probably not a good thing that I put on axe hair shit. They say it attracts women, and that's true. Because all mosquitoes are women. I'm not seeing this f***ing thing. You know what? Some f***ing asshole moved it. Now I'm f***ing soaking wet. There's no geocache. Wait for it. No, that's just a bone. It's kind of cool up here. Jesus. That's it's a lot deeper than it looks. 2 feet deep mud. You know what, I think one of the problems with this cache was, last time I came here, it was in a cracked Tupperware container. It started leaking, so I think maybe someone took the cache. That's one thing you should always do. Even if you've been to a cache before, definitely go back online, check that it's still there. You don't want to look like an asshole like me. Got this beautiful orange from acidity of iron, or whatever the hell pollutes this stuff. You don't want to play around in that water too much. You know, that's really depressing that that's not there. You know, one of the things I always say is anyone's welcome to come on a cache. They're really fun, especially if you go with a charming and entertaining man like myself. You know, I used to go geocaching. I was dating this girl. We always fought. The interesting thing is she was bulimic. So I always thought, I don't understand why you're just gonna bite my head off and you're just gonna end up throwing it up 2 minutes from now. So I sat down with her. I said to her, Listen, you know, this is a very serious problem. You don't need to keep throwing up the food you eat to look good. There's this thing called anorexia where it requires no vomiting. I always try to help people as much as possible. It's the good nature in me. There's some spiders in there. That's as to be expected in caves. I've been in a lot of caves in my life. I'm not gonna explain that any farther. I've just been in a lot of caves in my life. I'm pretty hot right now. I went out and drank a lot last night. I'm just sweating straight Jack Daniels right now. That's good. If you want to come out geocaching anytime, you're always welcome. You know, it's a little bit dirty, a little bit fun. I make a lot of sexual innuendos, but it's a good time to get back in here and head home. I've lost keys before, you know. We didn't, you know, find the cache obviously, but you know, that doesn't mean that we fully lost out of anything. It was a fun adventure. You know, so going home, you can always feel a little defeated, but it's important to remember that there's others out there that fail too. When you think about that, life's a little easier to live. There's a story I always tell people. Kids, they always ask me, Jim, where can I learn to be as cool as you? And I say, life, children. That's where you're gonna learn it. That's how I had to, and that's how you're going to have to, and that's how your mildly attractive wife you're gonna meet in 10 years has to learn it too. Let's face it, I always tell young kids that you're gonna be let down in pretty much everything in your life. Don't try. If you give 100%, what's left for you? Give 70, 75 tops. You always want to go out there and grab life by the horns. I never understood that, where that comes from. If you're grabbing a bull by the horns, why you would do that, because I'm pretty sure you're just supposed to ride around them on 15 horses, lasso them, and send them to Mexico where they're gonna get speared to death in a large coliseum. So that's not Mexico. Spain. There's some things they have in common. I'm not allowed in either of those areas. You make a few jokes at airport security and apparently you're an asshole for life. Sometimes people ask me for autographs of celebrities. For some reason they think I have like a room full of autographs. I do. I do. I don't know why. Geocaching! Extreme geocacher. Oh. I didn't know everyone watches me in my neighborhood. And we're pulling back home. Home again, jiggity jig. Go to the market to buy a little pig.